All right, you guys, this is a Hisense refrigerator, and I think it's a Whirlpool knockoff. So this compressor comes on, clicks, and it shuts off. Usually that is your overload protector. This thing in here. Pull this off. Right there, it's your overload protector. That's what's connected to this right here. So usually that's gone out on you. But I replaced this, and I replaced this here. It's not that. And it's not the solenoid here. It's the motherboard. As you can see, there's no fan, there's no condenser fan, there's no condenser down here. It's very simple. So I tested the other parts, but I think it's the motherboard, and I got a new motherboard for it, so I'm gonna see what it do. But I replaced this here. Now what's interesting is when you replace some of these parts, you don't exactly get the same part that you're looking for. So I replaced this here. They gave me something different. They gave me this one. The thing about this one is it doesn't have the connection for the solenoid. It doesn't have this solenoid connection. See, it doesn't have that. So it's just the overload switch and then that right there. And the thing about Hisense is these parts get hot. They get warm real quick. This overload will get warm within seconds. It'll be hot to the touch. Your compressor can run hot. But the thing about, this refrigerator is it uses cyclopentate, which is a butyrol or lighter fluid. So there's even a warnings right there. It's very explosive. So when you got all this heat that's generated, you got to be careful with this. Now, I spent, $60 on those parts right there to replace them. I spent another $67 on this. That's taxing on that motherboard. These parts are not very expensive. This is about $160, so your compressor is about $160. Your doors are like $120, but this is a very inexpensive refrigerator for the most part. It's a knockoff, so your parts aren't expensive, but I would not recommend buying any refrigerator that has cyclopentate in it. Cyclopentane. I would not, because it is R600. And it's very explosive. But nonetheless, so I just wanted to show you guys this. When you go to replace this part here, they're going to send you, they're not going to send you that, they're going to send you this. So it pretty much knocks out your solenoid. But I still think you need this solenoid. But you can test these by seeing, sticking your leads in here and seeing if it has a loop, and then, seeing if it has a loop, and then, ohms testing it should be about 5 ohms. The same here, you can test these, test one here, and the other one goes here where this innervates in. You should get about 5 ohms. You should get a loop, so to see if it works. All right, there it is. I would not recommend this refrigerator.